Hey everybody, it's Emily. Good to see you today. I'm coming to you from inside of a music practice studio. I spend some time on Tuesday afternoons at the local music store. I teach a few lessons, not for terribly much longer, but I still teach a few students. But anyway, I wanted to come and talk to you today about a couple of things. Thanks so much for your great response on yesterday's video. It was great. If you're watching this replay, thank you so much. If you didn't catch yesterday's, make sure you go back and watch it. It's a little bit longer, but it gives you really a good idea of what I've been up to these last 8 or 9 months, the pivot I've made, and how I've been able to combine the gifts that I believe that God's given me to be able to help people in their professional journey. So one of the questions that I run into a lot with my clients who are really at all different stages, I was going to say ages, all different stages of their business, is a business plan. Now, you hear it a lot when in a very formal way, like, oh, you must have a business plan and that kind of thing to be able to move forward. And it's totally true. And a lot of people sort of say, yeah, I have a plan. It's sort of like this and that kind of thing. So my question today is, when was the last time you actually sat down and either did a business plan for the first time? You might already be in business, but you're just like, hey, I'm just going to do this, whatever that looks like for you, whether you're an online service provider in some way, or you have a brick and mortar business like a cafe or a coffee shop, something like that. Most banks, if you've ever borrowed money from banks for your business, require a business plan. So maybe you already have that, but look at the last time you actually seriously sat down and said, is the business plan that I have or had in line with where I'm at right now in my business? Or if you've never done one before, what does that look like to actually have a plan put together for your functionality, for your day-to-day operations, for your financial plans, like where you want to be with your business in a certain period of time, and what that means for you? That why is so important. It's not just about, the why of like, oh, why did I open this business? Because that's super important, because you're not going to spend a lot of time and money and energy putting yourself out there into something that you don't necessarily believe in. But it's also about, what is the why for you? I find a lot of joy in working with business owners that are rediscovering that why. Because if they're spending so much time at their business that they're not able to enjoy their life, their kids, their family, their hobbies, those are some of the things that help to make life worth living. And in order to do that, you need to have a plan. And so that's part of what we do. When I start working with a client, we do a deep dive assessment. We look at the current state of things, whether you are a brick and mortar business, whether you're an online service provider like a coach or a consultant. I have people in both camps. But then also looking at, what was your business plan like originally, and what does that mean for you now? Does it align with where you're at right now? Is that what what happened? And when I went into the $1 million store that I managed for about 18 months, it's not that there wasn't a plan, but it wasn't communicated, and it wasn't on target with what they needed to accomplish. This store had not made a profit consistently for about 6 months. So what I did is I came in and I said, okay, I'm going to write a business plan, and then I submitted it to my boss, basically, and said, this is what I believe needs to happen. And she was thrilled. And I ended up then in the community, I ended up helping other businesses with their business plans, just because that's one of the things that I get really excited about. I'm a bigger picture thinker. I'm what's called, if you've ever done the StrengthsFinder assessment, and I love doing that with my clients, by the way. So if you decide that you want to work with me to help kind of move your business ahead, to help get you out of treading water, to really make some serious movement in about 90 days, that's one of the things that we do, is the StrengthsFinder assessment, which is essential. But I'm an arranger. So that means I take that big picture look and I start to move things. I'm able to see kind of where things move. And so that's what I did, is I took a big picture look at why this business had not been successful, and then said, okay, this is where we need to start. And then you kind of set them up like dominoes. And you say, what's the first domino that'll knock down the second domino, that'll knock down the second domino, that kind of thing. And so that's really a good way to look at that is looking at that big picture and then really getting specific as to the actions that will help lead to positive growth, whether that's financials in your bottom line, whether that's dealing with your people, whether that's how you do your day-to-day business, what's getting missed, what are people asking for training in, what are you observing, what do your reviews say? I mean, that's one of the ways that I connect with a lot of businesses is through their reviews. Because if you are a restaurant or a coffee shop or a service-based business locally, and you are not above like the 3-star mark, there's a reason why. There's a reason why. And you might think it's sort of, oh, it was a bad night, or it was a bad week, or it was a bad month. But really, there's a perpetual pattern going on there. There's something that needs to be fixed, and that's what I work with my clients on doing. Is what is the thing, what is the thing or the things that are in the way of helping you begin again with positive growth and momentum, specifically when it comes with your staff, your team, your processes. How do you do business, and how do you make sure everything gets done? And then both of those together will help lead to more profit, to more bottom line. And it might not be a lot to begin with, but every little bit counts. And then that's what gains momentum for your financial goals. And then for people to give back to the community. People open local businesses because they want to be a part of a community where people come in. The people that I work with in brick and mortar businesses, I mean, in this day and age of technology and that we're able to connect like we are now over YouTube and Facebook, there still will always be a need for human connection. And that's why these places are super important. So if you have a brick and mortar business and you're in that place and you're just like, I don't know what's happened and I don't know where to start and how to move out of this, let's talk. I would love that. If you're an online service business, one of my clients right now, I help her moving from being an employee to being self-employed, to having her own business. And that provides it's a whole new slew of things and how to do that in a sustainable way. And again, that big picture plan, and then putting in place what those things are that need to get moved through. And for me, I use a 7-step process that I've been able to develop over the last couple of years. So in any case, today, think about your business plan. When was the last time you actually took it out, dusted it off, and read it? And is it in the same place that you are now? Or where you're feeling like you want to go with your business? Or what your customers and clients are asking for? So I encourage you to look at that today. So I'm always happy to talk about business plans. Let me know if you want to hop on a call. I'd be happy to do that to see if I can help in any way, and maybe if working together over the next fiscal quarter would be good for your business. So thanks so much, you guys. Have a great Tuesday, and we'll talk to you soon.